Welcome my dear students. This video is for class 8. Subject is computer. Here is your computer teacher Anuradha Gupta going to explain chapter 6 in this video. This is part 3 of chapter 6. In this part 3 of chapter 6, you are going to learn about operators, comments, and how to write simple program of Java on BlueJ platform. Let's start with operators. Operators are the special symbols that perform a specific operation between two operands. Here in Java, we can use 4 different type of operators. First is arithmetic, relational, logical, assignment operator. Let's start with the first, arithmetic operator. They perform arithmetic operations between two operands and always returns a numeric value. The various arithmetic operators are plus, it adds two numbers, minus, it subtracts second number from the first number, third is a multiply, it multiply two numbers, the quite same as you are doing in the maths, plus, minus, multiply. Let's come to the fourth, divide. It divides first number by the second number and always returns quotient. Just have a look of the example. If we divide 17 by 3, then we get 5. Divide sign always returns quotient. Let's move to the next. Next is modulus. Modulus also divides first number by the second number, but it returns remainder. Just look the example, 17 mod 3. If we divide 17 by 3, we get 2 in the remainder. Modulus sign always returns remainder. Let's move to the second type of operators, that's relational operator. They compare two values and return either true or false. The different relational operators are less than equal to, greater than equal to, and last one is not equal to. All these relational operators compare two values and return true or false. Let's take an example here. 7 greater than equal to 10. Here it will gives false because 7 is not greater and neither equal to the 10. So it returns false. Let's take one more example. 10 greater than equal to 10. Yes, this will give true because 10 is equal to 10. When we have the two signs like greater than equal to, it will compare both. If any one is true, it gives the true. Let's move to the third type of operators, that is logical operators. They are used when two or more conditions are to be evaluated. They always return either true or false. They are of the three types. First is logical AND, second is logical OR, and third is a logical NOT. Let's first talk about the logical AND. Suppose we are comparing two conditions. If both conditions are true, then only logical AND returns true. Let's move to the next logical OR. in the logical OR, at least one condition is true, then only it returns true. Move to the last, logical NOT. It always gives the opposite result. If condition is true, it returns false. If condition is false, it returns true. It always gives the opposite result. Let's look some examples of logical operators for more understanding. Let's talk to the first, logical AND. In this expression, we are comparing two conditions. First is 3 greater than equal to 5, which is false. And second condition is 10 equals to 10. Yes, this is true. And here we are comparing logical AND. In the logical AND, if both are not true, it gives false. So in this example, logical AND gives false. Let's come to the next, logical OR. First condition, 3 greater than equal to 5. No, it's false. Second condition, 10 equals to 10. It is true. Because we are doing here logical OR, that's why this complete statement will give true. Because in the logical OR, either of any condition is true, it gives true. Next and last is the logical NOT. Here is the condition 12 greater than 21, which is false. But logical NOT gives true because it gives the opposite result. Condition is here false, but logical NOT gives true. I hope you all understood all the logical operators. Let's move to the fourth and the last type of operators. That's assignment operator. It is basically used to assign a value to a variable. Commonly, assignment operator is equal sign. Look at the example. Here we are assigning 5 to a variable num. Some other shortened assignment operators which we are using in Java, they are plus equal, minus equal, multiply equal, divide equal, modulus equal. To get how to use these shortened assignment operators, let's take an example. Here a plus equal 5. A plus equal 5 means a equals to a plus 5. Suppose we have a equals to 2, then a plus equal 5 gives 7. Because a plus equal 5 means a equal a plus 5. Already we have 2 in a, then 2 plus 5 gives 7. I hope you all understood. Same multiply, minus, divide, modulus, all will work same as the plus. After operators, next lexical issue you have to learn, that is comments. Comments are valid or invalid Java statements ignored by the Java compiler. Comments are non-executable statements. Compiler will not execute these statements. If compiler does not execute these statements, then why we are writing? These lines we are adding to make our program more readable, more understandable. Here are the two ways to give the comment statements in our program. First is a single line comment. single line comment represented by double slash sign. Next is the multi-line comment. Multi-line comment represented by slash asterisk sign. Then we write the comment, and at the last again we put asterisk and slash. After learning all the lexical issues, let's move to the main and important topic of this chapter. That's how to write a simple Java program. This is the basic structure of each and every Java program. Let's start with the line 1. In the first line, we write class keyword. This is the keyword, as it is, it will come. It is followed by the class name. Class name always relate to our program. Then comes to the line 2. In the line 2, always we put one opening curly bracket which shows our class starts from here. Then in the third line, public static void main, parenthesis sign, string arg, then a square bracket. This statement consists lot of keywords which, as it is, will go in every program. Line 4, we start one more curly bracket which shows from here our main function start. Then from line 6 to line 7, here we write the body of our program, which varies according to the program, according to the task as in a program. Then in the second last line, we can say we first close the main function, and in the last line we close the class. This structure will go same in each and every Java program. One more thing you have to note down: every statement in Java program which we write in between the main function, that ends with semicolon. Every statement in Java program must be ended with semicolon. Let's start with the first Java program. Here we are assigning two numbers and calculating and displaying their sum. Let's come to the Java program. First line is start with the class keyword, and it is followed with the class name. Class name is here number. Class name always relate to the program. Then line 2. In line 2 we have open curly bracket which shows from here our class starts. In the line 3, public static void main, string args. This third line same will go in every Java program, which shows from here main function starts. From the main function every Java program execution starts. This is very much important line. If we not write public static void main function, our program will not execute. Now come to the line 4. In the fourth line again we put open curly bracket which shows from here our main function starts. Inside this curly bracket we write our program. In the first line we have declared three variables a, b, c with the data type int. It means all these three variables stored integer type value. In next line we have assigned 20 to a variable a, next line 30 to a variable b. Then we have done the calculation. C equals to a plus b. in this question, in this program, we have to find out the sum of two numbers. So we have done here in the third variable c equals to a plus b. After calculation, we have to show the output. To show the output, we have used output statement system.out.println. First line we have displayed the message, the sum is. Message always come in a double quotes. Then in the next output statement we have displayed the value of c. Whatever we get in the c, here we get the value of c, value of the variable c, because we have not enclosed this in a double quotes. Then the output will be of this program, the sum is, and in the next line 50. In the last two lines, first we have to close the main function, then we have to close the class. Let's come to the one more Java program. Here we are assigning length and the breadth of a rectangle and calculating its area, and then area we have displayed in the output. Let's start with the program. Here in the first four lines, that remains the same. Only class name is different, because class name will go according to our program. So here class name is rectangle. Let's come to the body of the program. In the first line we have declared three variables, L for length, B for breadth, area for finding out the area of a rectangle. All these three variables data type is int. It means these three variables store only the integer value. In the next line we have assigned the value of length and breadth. L equals to 20, B equals to 30. In the next line we have put it the formula for finding out the area of rectangle. Area equal L into B. At the end of this program we display the output. To show the output we use output statement. In the first output statement we have displayed a message, the area of a rectangle is, and in the second output statement we have displayed the value of a variable area. I hope you all understood how to write a simple Java program. One thing you keep in the mind, in every Java program, first we declare the variables, then we assign value to a variable, then we put the calculation, and then we show the output. These four will go in this sequence only. First we declare the variable, then we assign, then we put the calculation, and then we show the output. Let's learn how to write and execute Java programs on BlueJ platform. This is the icon of BlueJ. Once you install BlueJ in your system, you get this icon on your desktop. To write the Java programs on BlueJ platform, first you have to open it. It takes quite time. Here first you need to create your project. Click on the new project. Give a name to your project. I give here class 8. Click OK button. Here is your new project created. Whatever Java programs you need to create, you can create here with the help of the new class. Here is a button new class. After creating a project, click on the button new class for writing new program. Same class name you have to give here. I write here number. I show you how to assign two numbers and calculate their sum. I return here class name number. When you press OK, you will get this box as a class name. Press double click on it. Here you will get one sample program. What you need to do, just select all and then delete. And here you have to write your own program. One program I will show you how to write. Class number, then next line curly bracket, third line public static void main. In this bracket you have to write a string arg. Here both are correct, arg as well as args. Then fourth line open curly bracket. From the fifth line our main logic will start. First we have to declare the variables. Like I declare here three variables, int a, comma b, comma c. Then next line we start assigning values to the two variables. A equals to 10 semicolon, because each and every statement here and with semicolon. B equals to 20. Then we have to do the calculation. C equals to A plus C equals to A plus B, then semicolon. After calculation we have to show the output. For showing output we write the output statement system.out.println. Then we display a message here. The area is, and in the next line again we write the output system.out.println, and then C. Sorry, wrong message I written. Here have to write the sum is. In the next line we have to close the curly bracket of the main function. Then we have to close the curly bracket of the class. Just have a look, these different colors shows this is the main function. This yellow color shows this is the main function, main block, and this sky green color tells this is the class block. After writing your program we have to compile it. Click on the compile button. One mistake I done here. String S will come in a capital letter. It tells the error. Yes, I corrected this mistake and I got the message at the bottom, class compiled, no syntax error. It means our program is ready for the execution. Just have a look how we execute the program. Click on the close button. Here is our class which we have compiled. When you press the right click, you get all these options. Click on the void main. Here you will get the dialog box where you have to press the OK button, and this is the terminal window where we get the output of our program. In the first line it tells the message the sum is, and in the next line the value of a variable C, that's 30. I hope you all understood how to write the Java programs on BlueJ platform. This is the end of chapter 6. Thanks for watching all 3 series of the chapter. I hope you all understood this chapter very well. Bye bye.